Seems nothing even matters. Seems nothing even.
Peace and blessings, family, and welcome back to A Queen's Crown. If this is your first time joining, hello and welcome. Today I am going to take you with me as I do a consultation. Now, the young lady that I'm doing the consultation with today has had sister locks before, and we'll talk about that a little bit in the video. But before we do so, if you are not following A Queen's Crown on her social medias, please make sure you do so. The links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you hit that share button, that thumbs up, and that notification bell so that you can receive notifications every time A Queen's Crown goes live, posts, or shares. Let's get right into it, family. I am here with my friend Alexis.
Hey y'all.
Today I'm going to do a consultation with Alexis. Now, Alexis has had sister locks before. And Alexis, tell us, how long have you had sister locks when you had them the first time?
So the first time I had them for 3 years.
What inspired you in the beginning, the first time, to want to do sister locks?
So I had been wanting locks for a long time actually, but I like to switch my hair up a lot. So I just started like obsessively going on all the YouTubes.
As so many of us do.
Right, Googling like, okay, sister lock hairstyles, the phases.
Yes.
I just wanted to like do something that was outwardly representative of my internal journey.
And at this time, you're ready to embark on that journey again and move forward with sister locks.
First of all, I love my sister locks. I miss them so much,
Yes.
honestly. I mean, of course, the low maintenance of them, but also just like, I just felt so good. This time of my life, like I feel like I'm ready to go back into that journey of like just being comfortable in my hair, being free.
And her hair is beautiful, family. That loose natural is absolutely one of the things that I like to do when doing a consultation is making sure that the person understands what the journey is that will also go into the lifestyle change with having sister locks. Some of these questions that I ask may be personal. We're not aware of what you're doing or what's taking place in your hair. We can't help you or help solve the problem. Alexis, is there any type of medication that you take at this time that may have an effect or could have an effect on your hair?
No.
Moving forward in the consultation, I like to always advise with sister locks. Sister locks is not a hairstyle, it is a lifestyle. And in that lifestyle change, we notice that we may begin to change and evolve. I love to talk about some of the versatilities that we have with sister locks. How we can change our hair up if you decide you want to wear box braids, if you decide you want to do a crochet, things like that, you can. I strongly encourage just taking the journey and allowing your hair to be free. But there are some people who like to explore even with their locks. Today, we will do your tester locks. You'll wear your tester locks for approximately 2 weeks, and then we'll figure out what day we want to do your install, and we'll move forward from there. What would you say, Alexis, are some of the challenges with having sister locks, locked hair, loose natural, or being a natural?
Slippage, because the front of my hair is a little bit like looser, so I had more slippage like up here. How thin it is in the beginning, just because like I'm so used to my hair being so full, like that was an adjustment for me. Like, oh, I look like bald head, small head, like so
just getting used to that different form. A lot of times we go into the establishment thinking that our hair is going to come out looking like this, and we don't understand that the journey is what gets us to this point. But for so many of you out there, understanding that when your hair starts off like this, it can and will look like this. You just have to trust the process. Once we put Alexis's testers in, she will wear those for 2 weeks. She'll be able to just leave her hair out, wrap it up. I'll take you all on that journey with me, so we'll be able to see Alexis as she goes through the process of her new establishment. Some of the things that I want to point out are like washing your hair, the importance of banding your hair, some of the things that I like to encourage, the separating of the locks, making sure that when you wash your hair, you go through, pull those locks apart so that they're not sticking through. Anytime you have any questions, something you don't know, always feel free to call me. I tell people the importance of making sure you pick someone that you're very comfortable with so that you can speak to and address your concerns.
Even like there was a year gap that I was in El Paso, so I had to go to another loctician, and that did not go so well. Look at my locks, they like that in it. She was like, girl, just FaceTime me. Let's look at them and see what's going on. And let's see how you can like preserve them until you can. Amazing. I love Latifah, so I'm excited to get back into that.
I love to hear that. This is why it is really important to make sure that you choose someone that you're comfortable with. That same type of excitement, because it makes the process and the journey a good one. It makes it healthy. It makes it something that you want to do, something that you're looking forward to. And so I like to hear that. Alexis, is there any questions that you have to know?
So the question like I love to ask is like your intentions when doing sister locks, like for each like person you have. How do you like go into like what are your intentions for your locks with that person, like talking about intentionality as a loctician as well, like what is the journey?
That is a really good question, family. I don't think I've ever had anyone ask me that type of question. My intentions as a loctician is to make sure that your journey is as beautiful as possible. Your hair is just as important to me as I believe it should be to you. I want you to call me when that lock slips. I really value my clients. I value you sitting in my chair because I want to make sure that they understand that they're not in this journey alone. You need someone in your corner to say, no, this is the right choice. This is a good choice. You're doing a good job. You know, you have to have someone that's going to be your cheerleader, and if not the one that's doing your hair, then who? Want to see us as women, black women, thrive and being comfortable and confident in their hair, with their hair, with the lock journey, because we are queens. That's a wonderful question. Thank you. Do you have any problems with your hair, like any areas, you know, that may be thinning, any areas that you're concerned about or that I should be concerned about?
So the only part is like at the top here, it's a looser type of curl, but it like I thought it was heat damage, but even when I shaved all my hair off, it still grew back the same.
Understood.
So this is the only area, because it also took longer to lock as well.
I see. There are certain areas in our hair that are just not the same texture as other areas in our hair. And sometimes as a loctician, it's good to know that, because this way we know how to pay attention to those areas and work with those areas maybe a little bit more differently than we do with the other locks, to make sure that they are healthy and that they mature just as well as the other locks. When it comes to the day of your establishment, I always like to stress coming with clean hair. Making sure that your hair is in its most natural form, so no flat iron, no blow dry. I will go ahead and show you how to wash your hair, how to band it. The cost that we decide that we will come up with, alert. In that cost, you will receive your Sisterlock kit. You will also receive your moisturizer, and then you will also receive your first retie, all within that bundle package. What I like to do, family, is I go through and I do a contract so that this way they understand. This is just the client agreement, and it says I have received the consultation regarding the Sisterlock system of natural hair management and have understood the instructions on the locking process, the washing techniques, the retightening schedule, and the daily care. Alexis, understanding that once you have the Sisterlocks in your hair, the maintenance and the hair care will be your responsibility. But I am also here for anything, any questions, any concerns. If you need help with something as a loctician, just please don't hesitate or feel like, oh my goodness, I don't want to bother her. You are never a bother, family. And the only way that we can grow together is if we communicate and make sure that these locks are flowing together. Once we are established, is understanding that oil-based products, if we're going to use any type of moisturizer, we should be using something like the Sisterlock moisturizing. You'll receive this on the day of your install, so of course you'll be able to use it. Oils can cause your locks to slip. It can cause your locks to come out. So you want to make sure you do not use oil-based products. Also keep in mind, if on the day of the establishment, if you are sick, just call. If we need to reschedule, if we need to set up the time to come in later, we can do so. But your health is important, and because you'll be sitting in the chair for a long time, you want to make sure that you're able to and that you're healthy enough to do so. Any other questions for me before we do the testers?
Yes, actually I do. So with the moisture treatment, do you recommend using the moisture treatment at any point or phase of your locks, or at a certain point?
So I recommend using the moisturizer. Matter of fact, once we're done, I moisturize your hair with the moisturizer. Point of being careful and making sure you rub them in. Your hair needs some type of moisture. Although our hair produces moisture, some type of moisturizer to help with the scalp. You don't want it to become dry. Dry scalp can cause your locks to break, as you don't have to moisturize it often. Once a week, once every other week. If you're someone who works out and you wash your hair a lot, you want to make sure you have some sort of moisture. There's nothing that's cut and dry that says everything has to be done this way. There are certain things that we do by the books or in order to make sure that we see great results. But as the saying says, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So there's more than one way to skin a cat. And these are some of the things that as a loctician, when you're doing a consultation, that you pay attention to. At this point, I am going to put the testers in Alexis' hair, and then we'll come back, family. All right, family, so when we do the testers, we're going to go behind the ear.
Is it the reason you do it behind the ear?
Yes, because when we get ready to do the install, when you do the grid, it flows with the way that the grid flows. So then typically you should not have to take them out. Now, Alexis' texture, she almost has like right here on the top, like that baby hair. And then it kind of goes into like that coarse, almost like jerry curl kind of feel kind of hair. It's beautiful.
You know, one thing I'm really excited about to see the process, like the difference in the locking process when my hair is this length versus when it was longer.
During this time, Alexis and I talk about her retie schedule, and we also talk about the different phases of Sisterlock. For example, going through the frizzy stage, understanding that you can do braid outs and twist outs to eliminate some of the frizz, realizing that the budding stage is when the locks are beginning to lock, and so you'll have those buds at the ends. Please do not pull those off. Also understanding that when the hair is settling, it may look like it's wrapping around the lock. That is the settling stage, and it typically happens before the lock is getting ready to lock. And understanding that if there's any other terms, please visit my Terms You Should Know or Sisterlock Terms video for more info. Alright, family, so we have the testers in. Thank you again to Alexis for allowing us to do her consultation here on the Queen's Crown. And thank you all, family, for joining me today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Also, if you are not following a Queen's Crown on her social media, the links and my email will be in the description box. I appreciate each and every one of you. And family, my finger is still progressing pretty well. I am still working on stretching it out, but I am progressing. I did go to the doctors to do a follow-up, and they said that with the physical therapy, I should be able to straighten it out, and so therefore I am still working on it. I don't have any pain anymore, so I'm very grateful for that, and I'm just thankful for you all being here with me, and I'll see you all in the next video. Remember to hit that share button, that notification bell, and that thumbs up, so that you can receive notifications every time a Queen's Crown goes live, post, or shared. I'll see you all in the next video. Amani now Upendo, family.